Hi, welcome back to Bowen Micro Farm. Today I'm in the office, it's snowing out, and I have a couple minutes at lunchtime here, so I am going to work on a little red Power Wheels Jeep that my son has been asking to fix. We used it for our wedding. We actually pulled our nephew down the aisle in it. He was 9 months old, and so in order to do that, I had stripped out all of the gearing, all of the batteries, everything out of it, in order to be able to pull it down the aisle. And I went back, I put the gears all back together, re-greased everything, and now I can move it. I touched the battery to the wires real quick, and they spun the motors. So now it's all about getting a battery into the Hot Wheels, or the Power Wheels. And it is a 12-volt system, but it comes with two 6-volt batteries. And it's a kind of a unique plug that I found. Let's put this down here. So here's the plug, and they actually press together to make the plug, both batteries there. Let's see if I can. I don't want to break it, but there we go. And so you get both of these ends in there, and you push them together, and it'll create one single plug. Well, that plugs into both the battery charger and the Power Wheels. So I am guessing that there's a switch for low gear and high gear on the Power Wheels. When you do low gear, it draws from one. When you do high gear, it draws from both sides. But I did not have the ability to find either of these batteries, or wanted to spend, $100 for each one of them. So what I did is I went to Walmart and I bought a 12-volt battery, and unfortunately it has, as you can tell, a different plug on it. So what I'm going to do is, these batteries over here are fused, and this has got a fuse on it too. So hopefully that itself is going to work well. But I'm going to cut these wires, and then going to splice this end onto these wires. It might be a little bit difficult with all these wires. I do have one of the big terminals still. I'm going to try to go for the blue ones to see if that'll work. If it doesn't, I'll have to go get some more. But we'll splice it on, see if that works. If it doesn't work, then I will go back through. And that is why you put on Do Not Disturb on the videos. If that doesn't work, if these wires are too thick, I'll have to go get some more of these bigger terminals, connectors, joiners, splicers, whatever you want to call them. But once I strip off some of this insulation, we might look at it and go, oh yeah, there really are just some 14 gauge wires in there. But I haven't looked at this yet. Sometimes for these plugs, you can pull the plug out. And it looks like you would be able to, if I had a screwdriver with me, which I don't, obviously. But if this doesn't work, then I will go get male and female ends of the spades right here. I just have the female ends. I don't have any male ends on me, but I'll do a splice onto the, I'll actually cut this off, splice another charger on. But what we're going to do first is we are going to cut at the terminal here. I want to give myself a little bit of room to work with, should I need to change that up. Now, this kind of threw me for a second. When I read the white for the power wheels is the positive and the black is the negative, so I don't want to mess those up. I'm actually going to cut fairly close to the batteries here so that I'll have a longer lead to work with whenever it comes down to it. I also measured the battery sizes to make sure that this battery will fit into the power wheels itself, but I'm just going to cut, and then we're going to strip wire here. And I want to tie those two together. So take them, get a pair of linemen's, spin it all up, make it look nice and pretty. And there we go. Get it nice and tight. We'll see if it'll fit in here on one of these blue guys. So if I take it and twist, it might not be enough. It might be too big there. So, judging by that, I'm gonna need to get some bigger, because once I twist that on nice and tight, you might be able to see in there. You want to make sure that the copper is touching, so that whenever you crimp it together using crimper tool, that'll make a good connection. Since the fuse is on this side, then I am going to assume that is the power, because you're going to want the fuse to be on the power side. So we're going to go with that. And since I did the white side, I'm going to do the red side on this one. Strip that off. So I'm going to crimp this side first. To do that, you're going to find on these are nice because they have the red, blue, and yellow. I'm going to find the yellow, slip it right in there, and then push down and grip it and crimp it together. So you'll see it's now crimped. You want to avoid getting up here just on the plastic insulation. You definitely want to make sure that you're in on the metal. You give it a good firm tug, and that is now crimped on there. Stick the other end in. Make sure that it is nice and you have enough metal in there. Again, you're going to crimp this side. Give it all a nice firm tug, and that is together. So we're going to do the same thing with the black side. Again, these little blue crimpers aren't big enough, so I'll get everything prepared. We'll run and get some more, and I'll be back. So as you can see, the 12 gauge wire will get on there nice, and it'll strip it well. So we'll just stick with the 12 gauge. There's no need to go down to the 14. We don't want to mess up any more copper than we have to. And there you go. Now, There's a couple of different ways you can crimp. I just had these ones sitting here, so that's what I was using. I could also go and get a wing nut. So before we're getting too far into it, I just went and got a wire nut so that we can see if that's actually going to work. Make sure. Normally I don't use alignments, and I just twist it all up using my fingers. Because whenever you use a wire nut, it's a nut called a nut for a reason. When you use it, you're going to twist it all up, and you're going to get it nice and all intertwined together. That's where I find a lot of people make mistakes, is they put it on like that and then they walk away and it'll pull out. You really want to tighten this down. And as you can see, the wires themselves are starting to twist there, and they're getting nice and tight. So now, no matter what I pull, that's not coming undone. I'm going to take you guys along with me. We're going to put this on the Jeep, and we're going to see if that works. This battery itself might be dead. I don't know that yet. I haven't tried, but we want to make sure that that'll work on the Jeep, and then I want to make sure that this will charge with the charger that we had for this. Again, it's early 90s Power Wheel, so it's over 30 years old at this point. But you know, if it's something that we can get to work, it's going to be great. I'm all about finding and fixing old things, so if I could come and use this new battery to get that old Power Wheels to work, I think it'll be a win. My son loves sitting in the little red Power Wheels, and he asks me all the time if I could fix it. We have a newer one, and he just doesn't like it as much. Apparently he likes the old things too. So I'm going to get ready to go out to the property. There's a bunch of snow on the ground right now, so we'll have fun driving out there. But it's supposed to be 50 degrees tomorrow, and so it's just going to make another muddy mess. And so I'd rather get out there today before the snow melts while everything's still a little frozen, so that you don't sink too much into the ground. But yep, I'll take you along with me, and we'll see if this little red Jeep works. There she is. Check everything out. The guy that has a hunting cabin, little shack, right on the other side of our property up here. Kind of hard to see where we're at, but once we get a little bit more moved in, then it'll be needing to change. There's the gutters. Gutters are still up. Good sign. Watch our other video where I installed those a couple days ago. So far, so good. Got some water down in the hole, so that's good. Able to collect some. Shed here, and there's the Jeep. Some boxes for the garden when we get to that point, but let's put all this together and see how it works, if it works. So this core into this one here. Got a little click. Forward. Nothing. Backward. Nothing. All right. So it could be. Make sure that there's a fuse in there. Yeah, fuse is good. Nope. Fuse is not good. Let's look at that. So, take a look. That is not a good fuse. That doesn't make me very confident in the battery that we got. But now I'll have to get a couple fuses and we'll put it in there round 2. So once I get this fuse, I'll put it in and we'll see if it works. All right, here we go, round 2. Got some. I got some fuses. Let's set this bad boy up again. Get a fuse on it. See if it works. If not, back to the drawing board. Let's hope it works. It's in. Okay, that fuse is good. Ready, set, nothing. That draw immediately killed the fuse. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Let's see here. See that fuse right there? Busted again. So let's go back to the drawing board. Blue and black are grounds. Those go on there like that. I have not looked yet at the wiring. Let's see if maybe a wire short down anywhere. Red with red, blue with blue, coming into the bottom here, let's see. Let's put things in low. Put it on low, put another fuse in, and see what happens now. I'd be curious if it wasn't because it's obviously drawing power if it's blowing the fuse. I'd be interested on low. And that'll work. So it's pulling too much power from the high speed. But if I keep it on low here, that'll go. So let's look and see what the high speed power issue is. Because if I flip it now to high, that just pulls automatically and breaks that fuse, trips the fuse. So but we have some fuses there. So I'm gonna look up a little bit more. I have the auto manual here to see why that'll keep blowing that fuse. But for now, she at least goes forwards and backwards.